Hello and welcome to another episode of Race Talk F1 with your boy Jay Knox.
And your boy Javier.
Yeah, man, as we travel around the world via this podcast, talking about each of the races in this 2025 season, each of the 24 races, and this week was all about Spa.
Spa. I like a good spa.
I like a good spa as well, you know what I'm saying? A little hot tub, a little massage.
Right, can't go wrong.
And if you didn't know, it is the Moët Chandon Belgian Grand Prix, because not everyone knows where Spa is. It's in Belgium.
Why is it Moët Chandon and not Moët and Chandon?
It probably is Moët and Chandon. I'm probably very uneducated in. I just buy it, bro.
Or maybe very educated. I don't know about them things.
Hey,
I just know about bottled water and Red Bull and Coca-Cola. That's about it.
Had to get the Red Bull in it. Yeah, had to get the Red Bull in. First and foremost, let's address. Well, it's only me. This is for the second time during this season. Man is in football attire on a Formula One podcast.
Why is that?
Some people are going to be looking at me like, well, the first time
Palace won the FA Cup.
This time, the England women won the European Championship and they are champions, back-to-back champions. And so we were celebrating till late in the night last night. Hence, I am in an England shirt.
Love it. Massive achievement, isn't it? For the country. It's huge.
It's huge, and it's huge to do it twice in a row.
This is it.
And
this is it.
It's like, and it's to be celebrated. And we're like fully immersed in sport. Like, we love sport in it. So we love Formula One. We love football as well. We love other bits of music. But this is England, and this is what it's been. And here we are in South London, in Box Park, where we were celebrating until ridiculous o'clock, where the vibes are really, really popping. And whether they show Formula One here or football here, like, it's usually a vibe.
It's vibes.
So yesterday, for the race, where did you watch it?
So I watched it at home yesterday.
Nice.
What about you?
So I was at F1 Arcade in St. Paul's.
Nice.
Vibes again, like it was packed.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
jam. I don't know if it's the fact that it's been 3 weeks since the last race.
Might be.
But it was packed.
Yeah, love that.
And there was lots of Moët Chandon in the building. We were giving away loads left, right and centre, like fashion show,
wicked.
Reaction, speed times,
Nice.
all of that.
Sounds lit.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. So the vibes were there, and then obviously I was rushing around to try and get back to see the football when I was DJing.
Yeah.
Before the football and after the football and all of that stuff. So yeah, it was a busy day of sport, and there was loads of cricket going on.
Nice.
Yeah. Like viral clips of cricket in England. Was it England, India were playing?
Yeah.
I've seen like viral moments of like there's a guy singing, well, the crowd is singing Wonderwall. There's a guy with a trumpet, and then there's someone playing like Desi drums, like with an Indian beat. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Just everything was going. It's like yesterday there was so much sport.
National Sports Day. Yeah.
It's that. So yeah, but back to the Formula One, the matter at hand, Spa, the first race since Silverstone, the first race in, was it 24 years with no Christian Horner in the paddock?
Man. Oh, I miss him. I miss him.
What do you miss about him, bro?
Just the energy. Just think
Really?
Great entertainment.
Negative energy.
Oh man, it's just great entertainment. Like he's just as an entertainment factor for F1, and if you're a Drive to Survive fan, for example, you just want Horner there. Like he's television.
So this is the thing. I don't miss him yet in it because I don't feel like there's been no void. It was just a race. And actually, Max won the sprint race, which is like, in football, we talk about the new manager bounce all the time.
Yep.
Like, Max ain't been flying, and all of a sudden, bam, Laurent Mekies is in, new manager, boom, win. I thought, on Saturday, I was like, nah.
Mate, he's come through with a statement.
Hey, listen.
He's done some big stuff this weekend.
Yeah.
The new team principal. Yuki's obviously a bit happy to have him, I think, as well.
Yeah,
so I think after we'll get into it, but after he didn't have the best sprint, but before the race, they made some updates to Yuki's car and gave him the spare floor that was previously being reserved for Max.
So this is what's interesting about what's about to happen, innit? Like, is Max about to fall out of favour? Because we've got all this, like, I feel like there's bare transfer news in the football world. There's lots of parallels at the moment between football and Formula One. There's all this talk about transfers, and there's been mad chitter-chatter about Max potentially going to Mercedes. This has been talked about non-stop. But then if you think about parallels, like there's something, if you watch football, you'll get this. But like Gibbs White has been talked about leaving Forest and going to Spurs. There's all this whisper, and then bam, big new deal at Forest. Could it be the same with Max? All this whisper, Max could be going to Mercedes, then bang, big new contract at Red Bull.
Do you know what? Maybe, because even using that, Marinakis and Helmut do seem quite similar. They do seem quite similar. So,
them kind of people, innit?
bro, just the dictatorship, I don't know what you want to call it, but just the overarching power of the situation. Them two have just got it in it.
Yeah. They do what they like.
They do what they like. They command it.
Marco does what he wants.
Yeah, but gets results though at the same time.
Yeah.
Keeping Gibbs White, massive result. Keeping Max, massive result.
Yeah.
You can't argue with them in results-driven. It's a results-driven sport,
business,
right?
Yeah.
They get results. So no matter how they get there, if you're a fan of either Max or you're a fan of Forest, as long as you're winning, who cares what you say? You want to call someone embarrassing? All right, cool. It worked.
Yeah.
Isaac's been the man this year.
Motivated.
So, however you do it, as long as you're providing results, that's all we care about.
Wasn't a great weekend for Isaac Hadjar. We'll get into that in a little while. But generally speaking, like I do think this will be interesting because now you've just mentioned something. The new managers come in, and is he going to change the way things are? Because you're saying about getting results, but Red Bull haven't been getting the results that they need because they need both teams to be scoring. Something that I realised, right? If I just say to you, how's Ferrari doing? Ferrari's doing terrible, right?
Yeah.
They're second in the constructors.
It's like, you wouldn't, unless I look at it, you're not thinking that. It does not come to head their second.
People are thinking, Lewis has lost it, this, that, and the other, right? The two drivers are both consistently still pulling in some results, you know?
Yeah.
And however you look at it, however you try and cook it, whatever you think it feels like, the actual results are Ferrari is second in the constructors.
Yeah, it's not bad, isn't it? You almost have to just get rid of McLaren, right? Because they're just in a zone of their own. They're in a league of their own.
But then
so to be the best of everyone else, it's all right, isn't it? That's a good season, to be honest.
Of the rest. I know, but you would expect like Red Bull to be up there.
Red Bull, Mercedes.
And Red Bull should be competing with McLaren. If they're not competing with McLaren, because McLaren are just out of their league this season and everyone's league, then Red Bull should be second. So the fact that they're not, and I think this was a bit of an L for them at the end of last season, to have a new manager come in now, I think this, or team principal, I think this idea of Max not being favoured, like, regardless or at all costs, I think might be a good mentality. Now maybe we are going to get a bit more favour in the direction of
Yuki.
Yeah, but I think, you know what's going to be really interesting for me?
Go on.
Is the relationship that develops between Laurent Mekies and Jos Verstappen.
Yes.
Because Jos is massively involved in Max's career.
Yeah.
Like, and you know what I love also on the grid walk yesterday, the accountability, right? Martin Brundle and Rosberg sticking it on him. Sticking it on him. So are you happy? Are you happy? You said that Horner had to go a year and a half ago. And he was like, that was different times. It's just different times. He was like, oh, what? So what are you saying now? He goes, I don't say anything. Oh, now you're quiet.
Now you're PR trained.
Oh, now you're quiet. And I feel like Rosberg wanted to say, big man, we know you're not quiet, bruv. Stop all that. Stop all that.
Yeah, but get Rosberg back every week because he was a menace. He was a menace this weekend.
Sticking it on him, like, and you could see he couldn't hear because it was loud, and he's getting in his ear saying, "You're quiet now, innit?" No, I loved it. Accountability in the paddock and on the grid. That's how it's meant to be. But yeah, that relationship unfolding, it's going to be interesting, man. Looking forward to seeing it.
As long as they bring the results, I think that's all that matters. Give Max a winning car. He doesn't care after that.
Yeah, this is the thing now. I mean, this is the thing. He's got a good car because he won the sprint race. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
You can't moan about the car if you're doing them bits, right?
That is true. So in the sprint race, obviously, I think they didn't have to worry about any rain, so they set up the cars specifically for sprint qualifying and the sprint race. Max ended up qualifying in second. He split the McLarens. Oscar won. Lando third, Charles fourth. Esteban Ocon done a really good one in fifth.
Yeah,
just to call him out there.
Yeah.
So he split them in qualifying, and then race results. He overtook. So race started. He overtook Oscar. Turn 3 or 4?
Yeah,
somewhere one of the straights. And then that's it. The rest was history. He was first for the rest of the race. McLaren didn't really get anywhere near him. And then that was that. I think there was a stat, and don't quote me on this stat, but it's something like the race leader after lap 1 at Spa for the last 15 races, it's only been twice that person doesn't win the race.
Yeah, so this is
Something like
interesting. That stat would make sense because I can't remember who it was talking pre-race, who was saying like it feels like sometimes being on pole isn't ideal because it's so hard to defend.
Yes.
Now, if you get past, and we saw this in the actual race as well.
So twice it happened.
So it's a thing.
Yeah,
It's
a
a
big thing.
thing.
So it's like, does Max have the fastest car, or is it just the Spa favorability? Like, what was it? And obviously, we know that both, I think Oscar and Max were both doing Spa on the simulators this week, like at home, and practicing for this.
Listen, see Oscar, right? Loads of bits and pieces came out about how Oscar, he just loves Spa.
Yeah.
Like he was talking, like he was on the simulator, yeah, and he done like a J turn and like faced the other direction and goes, like you can't see it much in the simulator, but in real life, like from this corner, you can see that turn and that turn because of the elevation. I'm like, yo, you just like this place. You could see it's like there was a love for this place that that he had. So yeah,
which is nice.
I kind of favoured him from the beginning.
Yeah. Just to touch on his room though, in his simulator setup, a lot of people call him boring, right?
Yeah,
like he ain't got that much personality. Blah 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 blah. In his simulator room in his house, it's 4 white walls, and the simulator. There's no pictures. There's no neon lights. There's no sound equipment. It's just 4 white walls and a simulator, and it's like people are just like, this guy
backing up the
does racing in it, like he just wants to race and that's it. Everything else is a distraction.
Maybe that's a good thing, man. Maybe that's a good thing. But you could see he just loves this track. So
and he delivered, right?
He did. He almost he did well last year. I think he came second by less than a second. And I'll tell you what I'd forgotten about last year. Hamilton won.
Yes,
here last year.
Yeah.
In the middle of a bad patch at Mercedes, he won at Silverstone and then he won here.
So what happened to him in sprint qualifying this weekend?
Oh my gosh, was he out SQ1?
SQ1, 18th place qualifying.
Yeah, mad.
What happened?
I don't know. What do you want me to say? I don't represent him. No, I don't know what happened. A mistake. I don't know.
Yeah. And Kimi had a terrible sprint qualifying, 20th.
Kimi had a terrible weekend, I felt.
Yeah, he was crying after. I think, was it qualifying? He was qualifying. I think, yeah, sprint qualifying after he was crying in the car, and then he was crying in an interview after. It was quite sad.
Like he's what I love about Kimi, and I think what everyone is probably going to love about Kimi. There's no pretentiousness. There's no hiding. It reminds me of Lando a little bit, almost like a younger Lando. Like what you see is what you get. Like if he's upset, you're going to know he's upset.
Yeah.
And I think in this case, it's that. The question is this a sport where you have to have a bit more resilience because you're in the big boys league, bro?
Yeah, good point.
You're in the big boys league. You have to be there. You have to be able to fight. You have to be able to do the, you might just want to race, but you have to be able to do the interviews. Yeah. You have to get up. You have to do the press runs. You have to do the driver's parade. It's part of the job.
No, it's true. Yeah, I don't think it's a tough one because of how everyone talks these days. You have to be very careful around how people feel and stuff like that. But I don't think you can cry in F1. I don't think there's space for it. I think that just shows that you're really struggling. Like if you're crying in an interview, F1, like you're in a bad place.
Hadjar was crying at the beginning of the season.
Was he though?
I think he was.
He kept his helmet on so no one could see. You couldn't see it.
I feel like he had that, and maybe you get one in it. You get one. This is rookie season, so we're not.
It's how you turn it around, isn't it?
Yeah, we're not going at Kimi at this point saying, "Oh, brother, you got a man up." Like it's not that, but I think this is like we talk about these drivers. It's you live this, innit? It's a resilience all the way through. Don't crumble. Don't get in the car and feel so like you have to keep going. And I really hope Kimi keeps going.
It's such a weird turnaround though, because the start of the year,
rookie of the year,
rookie of the year, and now it's like, has there been a change in the car that doesn't suit his driving style? Has something happened where his mentality shifted? Like I can't put a finger on it. If anyone has any ideas, let us know what you think it is. But I just can't put a finger on why there's been such a drastic change in performance.
Could it be the fact that people are talking about Max taking his seat?
Yeah, maybe. Because he's all sitting there thinking, I ain't got a job next year.
bro.
And that does impact a person.
Yeah.
And like you've gone from also being, and he's young, so you've gone from being absolute star boy. Toto's been telling you, yeah, you're the best thing since sliced bread. You're my boy. Like it's like the son I never had, to then it's like, yeah, I'm throwing you away for a new shiny toy, Max.
And Toto going into interviews saying, yeah, well, I have to look at the best drivers on it. I'm like,
This is it.
"Ah."
And now you're thinking, I ain't got a job. It's
Yeah,
like, yeah.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot. And the fact that there's all of that going on while he's not having maybe a great weekend, I think maybe just piles on the pressure.
Yeah.
But he'll be all right, man.
He'll be all right. He'll turn it around. And I think after this weekend, he'll get back, he'll sit down, review everything, and do an Isaac. He'll just flip the switch.
Yeah.
Nico didn't have a great qualifying either in 17th. And I was like, what a fall from grace, man. Like, first podium.
I know. Hulkenberg, as you came on here saying last. I know.
I think it's been a running theme, right? He just qualifies terribly this year.
It's got to be the
No,
car.
but Bortoletto he qualified 10th for the sprint race. So,
yeah, fair enough.
Trying
Trying to defend you out here, Hulk. Like, I don't know what
and
else
Hulk's
to say.
my guy.
I know.
So, but he's just qualified bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is. Every race he seems to race well, but qualify him and it's just you got to put one lap in, just falling away. I don't know what it is.
I just think it's people's strengths. Like
That is true.
I always refer to Bottas in this situation. Amazing at qualifying. Sometimes out qualifying Lewis when he was at Mercedes.
Yeah.
And then just wheel to wheel racing, like he just didn't have it. It did not nearly have it over Lewis. And Lewis again this week. I mean, we'll get to this point when we talk about actually racing. We saw some racing.
Yeah.
A little bit anyway.
A little bit.
When the race eventually
Lewis
got
fans
started.
saw some racing.
When the race
I don't know about anyone else.
eventually got started, like this race was meant to be at 2:00 our time, right? 90 minutes later we were only just starting. I can't believe actually Silverstone didn't go like this because Silverstone was this wet.
Is it? Do they have the same race directors every race, or does it change?
That's a good question.
I'd like to know the answer to that. If the race director was the same as Silverstone as here, that would be interesting. Something that should have looked up. But yeah, it don't really make any sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they said the visibility was poor and you have to think about driver safety and everything. But Max and Lewis, the two drivers that know best out of all the other drivers on the grid, were saying, let's go racing.
Yeah.
And for me, if them two are saying, let's go racing, especially when you add Lewis in there, Max will go racing in anything.
Yeah.
But when you add Lewis as well and they're both saying, let's go racing, let's go racing.
But when you got like Liam Lawson on the field,
I don't care.
Liabilities ready to.
But then drive slower.
Yeah.
Drive slower. Drive a second back then if you don't want to get the splashback from cars in front. But it just makes me feel like, guys, for anyone out there, if you're ever feeling useless, just remember that there's a wet tyre in F1. Because we only use them at Silverstone. Like, all I'm saying, inters every race. It's like, let's just race.
Yeah.
And the time, so they sent everybody back in and they had to wait. It's like, they could have just been driving around really slowly, drying up the track.
Yeah, so this is the thing. I think it was Hamilton, Alonso, Antonelli, and Sainz all went into the pits and started from the pit lane.
Yeah, to change the car setup.
Yeah. These
very
last
smart.
minute, the thing is, like, these men hadn't all I think they were all qualified. Like, they all qualified low anyway.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
So this is what I do like. The idea of taking a punt. We saw this at Silverstone as well. So many parallels. Somebody said to me last year, someone who was at Formula One.
Yeah.
Said, are you going to Spa? And they were like, I'm not sure if I'm definitely going. Anyway, it always rains at Spa. And it stuck in my head. So this weekend, I was like, yeah, they said it always rains in Spa. But this was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. But again, so if we're not going to go wet racing, right? Why Spa on a weekend, it's going to rain?
I know. Well, you don't know, innit? It's like English river. Because look at Saturday. Saturday was gorgeous.
True.
Saturday was gorgeous for the sprint. And actually, it was nice that we had a sprint weekend because of that. One of the things that this must, like, unless you're at the Grand Prix, I mean, it might mess up your day a little bit if you're watching it live. But you might, just go and do something else while the drivers are chilling out waiting for the track to dry up. But if you're at the race, we've seen firsthand the disruption. Like, if you've got these races are also like music concerts, and you were scheduled to go on stage at like 7:00 that evening because the race would have finished 2 hours earlier, and now the race is 2 hours later almost. It's a mad.
The whole production line gets
Yeah, in fact, last year at Silverstone, I saw Axe being cut.
Yeah.
Ah, bro, the
It's brutal.
disruption is like, it's way beyond the drivers. It's just like
Yeah.
people that have travelled there trying to get the last chain out. You know what
Yeah.
all these
It's
things
true.
that you might not even think
It's
about.
true. Even for the drivers, probably, or someone like Toto who loves a helicopter. Like, your
Yeah.
airwaves ain't clear no more. Like, you're
Yeah.
not going nowhere after.
Man, but his chopper does what he tells him to do, to be fair. I will just pay you extra in it. Like, it's all that.
I hear it.
But the reality is, it's a lot of disruption,
It is,
like,
yeah.
however you look at it. And you're saying they should just keep driving around. They decided safety karting, well, delay the race, safety karting, rolling start. All of this stuff is what they came up with.
Yeah.
But it did lead to some racing in the end, didn't it?
It did. I didn't really enjoy this race, to be honest, Jay.
I swear, you're
I'll
not
be
the
honest.
first person to say
Yeah,
it
just
to
thought
me.
it was a bit
Yeah.
flat.
Yeah.
Like, I think we had a good couple opening laps. Obviously, we had Piastri overtake Lando in the
So
first
this
couple
happened
corners.
in the first lap, innit?
Yeah.
Like, this is the action, innit? And this determined what I got on for the rest of the race.
Yeah. So Piastri overtook him, and then that was it, really.
Was it
Like,
a
we didn't see him
mistake from
again.
Norris? Is Piastri better? Is it the Spa thing?
All three.
Yeah.
All three. I think all of the above. We saw it. The exact same thing happened in the sprint when Max overtook Oscar.
Yeah,
It was the
yeah.
exact same thing. It was literally a carbon copy.
Gotta
Obviously,
say,
the mistake helps, but I
Os-
think it was always going to happen.
Oscar was just perfection. Can we just
He
take
was.
a moment
He was.
to honour
Practice makes perfect.
great driving? And that's what I think it was. Like, you just got the feeling that Oscar was practicing double time for this
100%.
weekend.
100%.
Do you think it's because he lost out last year by a second? Do you think that's part of it? He's like, I'm not doing that again.
He's got a championship to win, bro.
And that.
He's
And
got a championship to win. He's number one at the moment. He's like, nah, because the last few weeks, right, everyone's saying Lando's back. It's Lando's gonna come for the championship now. Oscar's fallen off, blah blah blah. And he's like, no, I haven't, guys. Like,
yeah.
relax, relax, just chill. Like, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
We're just over the halfway point in this. There's 24 races. This was race 13. So we're just over the halfway point.
Yeah.
There's still a lot that can
And
happen.
they're not separated by a lot, are they?
Come the end of this race, I think it was 11 points
Yeah.
between, something like that.
One
11,
DNF
14,
from
something.
being completely off your partner.
That's exactly what I thought. But I even thought Max isn't a million miles away. But yeah, there was a point where both McLarens lost a place. This might have been in the sprint, actually. Both the McLarens lost a
They
place.
did, yeah. So in the sprint, Max overtook Oscar,
Oscar.
and Charles
Yeah.
overtook Lando.
Yeah. Now, Lando got that place back,
He did,
which was quite interesting. It showed the pace of the McLarens there. And
especially around Spa.
yeah. Hey, this race is a fast race, you know.
So fast.
Like, they're
so fast.
flat out. Like, these cars are 200 mile an hour car. Like, they're flying
So
a lot.
if you ever go on a simulator or play F1,
Yeah.
Spa is one of the best tracks to race on. Like, it is just incredible. Like, it's just fun. And when you actually drive on it, it is fun. It's not. They don't feel too tricky. It's very accessible. And like you said, you're just flat out. And there's so many straights where you're just.
Yeah, it's a long. It's the longest track on the calendar. So it's just over 7 kilometers, and that's why I think we only did 44 laps.
Yeah.
This weekend. But it's if you compare that to, that's almost double the length of Monaco.
Yeah. It's insane,
And
innit?
I think the Dutch Grand Prix Zandvoort is also a pretty short one. It's not quite half the distance, but almost. It's like mad different.
Yeah.
Like, as for a driver, it just must be a mad contrast. So yeah, we saw them going flat out, and Ferrari was saying they just didn't have the straight line speed. Max was saying that his car for the wet was set up differently, and he feels like they went a bit more cautious, or it was decided they'd go a bit more cautious after Silverstone. But then it was just like, what's the point in doing it? What's the point in being cautious?
I'd be vexed as well.
Yeah.
So you've set up your car they've set up their car for the wet because it's supposed to be a wet race, and you throw away a wet race. So now your whole setup of the car is gone. So was it a thing where we know the FIA doesn't like Max? Did they do it because of Max?
Don't be so ridiculous. Don't be so ridiculous. Listen, this is a team thing. I think Max has gone out on his own a few times, and I think the team have now pulled back and said, "Yo," or maybe it's a Laurent Mekies thing. Said, "Yo, we're gonna do it like this. We're gonna play a bit more cautious. This is how we're gonna do it." Was that a bit of a dig at the new manager then? Because he was like, "Should we just like park the car and just?" Well, he didn't say park the car, but he goes, "Should we just race in the dry then, innit? And on the wet races, just say we're not racing."
I think he was just vexed. I think he was just vexed at the FIA Prix. I think just everyone, just anyone that got in sight, they can get it this weekend.
Anyone can get
Anyone can get it. It's on site.
You could see Lando was a little bit vexed, man.
I think a few of them were, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's like, remember for the drivers as well, like after the race, some of them just want to go home.
Yeah.
So now you're sitting there for an extra 2 hours out. Imagine your boss telling you at work, right? You have to stay today for an extra 2 hours because it rained outside, right? And you're not getting no extra pay. No extra pay. You're vexed.
They don't need no extra pay. Hey, Max could have gone straight home because he didn't finish on the podium.
It's true.
Second time in a row, you know, like he won 2 years ago here at Spa, but 2 years in a row, he's come fourth. In fact, 2 years in a row, Charles Leclerc's come third.
Yeah, Charles raced very well this
I
weekend.
thought so.
He raced qualified well, raced well, both sprint and race. And yeah, great weekend from him. But yeah, Max couldn't do anything to catch him. I think the setup, ultimately, you were never going to catch him. Your setup and the fact it's Spa, he was never going to catch him.
Yeah.
But
it's mad, isn't it?
You've got to make no mistakes because he was only 2 seconds behind Charles Max for the entire race. Now imagine you're Charles now, and you've got an angry Max Verstappen in your wing mirrors. I'm scared. I'm scared.
And I
driving.
think he was the whole race. At the end, bro, he was tired. He was just like, it was like, I'm glad this is over. There was a point where his race engineer come along and you said 2 seconds behind the whole race?
Yep.
No, race engineer comes on and says, Max is 1.2 behind. Rude boy. What did he say?
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Didn't just say it. It was leave me alone.
Yeah.
Bro, he felt it. And it.
He starts going, how can I have no information the whole race? And then now it's too much information. Like he was mad.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. Afterwards, he did come out and say, "Oh, you know, it's just race stuff. Like it's nothing beyond race stuff." But
I believe it. But he didn't
in the moment,
he didn't take it back.
Didn't take it back.
He was like, "No, I didn't need to hear nothing at that
again,
point."
It's just Ferrari comms, man.
They don't
just
get
don't
it.
Get it.
And that's what I'm saying. He's like, why are you giving me bare information? And you could see his bare frustration. Now, now he's thinking about that. He's like, why are these man, what are these men doing? And then all it takes is that lapse in concentration.
It's true.
And a mistake.
Yeah, very true.
So I get it. Man just needs to focus.
Yeah.
I do think these men talk a lot on the radio, though.
They do. I wouldn't be able to do it, man.
It's too much talking.
It's too much information going in one ear, and I'm
1.5
1.5 seconds behind, and there's another driver 2 seconds ahead.
At 200 miles an hour.
Strap mode G8, 5-turn, change brake by 70. No.
Big man, let me drive in it. Yeah, no, it weren't that. So yeah, he was showing us once again that these comms ain't quite on point. I thought it was also interesting that GP weren't in the paddock this weekend.
Yes.
Max's usual race, and I might be reading into this, innit? But you know, he's not in there for personal reasons. The week after Christian Horner gets sacked.
Just had a cold, mate.
Yeah, the week after Christian Horner gets sacked.
So what, you reckon he's going Cadillac then?
Bro, I reckon he's going wherever Horner's going potentially.
Cadillac.
We got to see if he's back for the next race. But I just think it is a thing.
Yeah.
Can't go unnoticed. We got to mention that.
I think it's Cadillac, man. I think it's a Red Bull reunion. Sergio,
Hey,
Horner,
hey,
GP.
Hey,
here we go.
Max.
Hey.
To
Mate,
Cadillac.
they pay him enough. He's there.
You reckon? No, he's gonna go where he thinks the
Where
technology's
the car's
right.
good, yeah, 100%.
And I think
100%.
I think we're a long way off knowing where the cars are gonna be, what car's gonna be good in 2026.
Yeah,
there's a lot more research that needs to be done. We mentioned that these men started from the pit lane, like Sainz, Alonso, Antonelli, and Lewis. They also started at the back of the pack. Alonso finished P14, Antonelli P15, Sainz P18. He said he's still getting used to driving the Williams at a full stop, and it's the first time he's driven it at Spa. Hamilton P7.
Yeah.
Rude boy. Driver of the day.
Wicked drive from him. He literally said after the race, there's a Instagram guy, it's a NBA shooting coach, and he has this saying, right? So he does a shot, misses it. So he'll do crazy tricks, like he'll throw a pen in like a bottle or something. Just crazy shooting tricks, right? And so he'll miss something, then he'll go, I understand it now. And then makes a ridiculously hard shot, right? Lewis, after the race, he went, I understand it now.
Yeah.
He literally said the words, I understand it now. And that was it, man. And yeah, he done just a wicked race. Absolutely wicked race. He pitted early, didn't he? I think it was like lap 14.
Made some decisions this weekend, boy.
He did. Came in early and then he came out in 7th. And then he was just flying the whole race. Absolutely flying the whole race.
Do you think again? We had this conversation about, was it Silverstone where they said that they lost his GPS, they didn't know where he was, and he's suddenly doing well.
Yeah.
Like, just let Lewis do Lewis. Like, I know this is a team sport and the rest. Maybe this is just like Ferrari. You lot don't get it yet. You lot need to catch up. You know, in football we talk about players that are thinking so far ahead, they're almost too good for their team. Like they're thinking they're playing balls, and you're thinking, oh, he's lost the ball, and you know it's a failed pass, but actually he was just hoping that somebody would be on a higher wavelength.
Yeah, this is it.
Is this what it is with Lewis? He just doesn't have a team that's on his wavelength. He's just too good for you.
It's possible. So over the 3-week break that we had, he done a lot of work, he said, didn't he, with the team, and he sent them documents and dossiers with things that they should change or have a look at. And I think he said he spent 3 weeks with the engineers working on stuff.
Not on holiday, you know.
So not on holiday. So yeah, maybe but he said, I don't know what was in them documents, right? But maybe he's giving them stuff that he needs or wants and knows is going to make things better, and they're not following it through. Yeah. So obviously they've changed the setup, right? Because he went in, he changed the car in Parc Ferme, which is why he started from the pit lane. Maybe he's been telling them all weekend, these are the changes I want, put those on. Maybe they finally did it. And that's why in the race, he just flew through everyone. Yeah.
I reckon you're onto something, but I just think that it would have been nice if he'd qualified, or if he didn't have to do all of that and he'd been able to start further up. If we're just getting this right a little bit earlier.
What could have been.
Yeah. Because look, we can see that the cars can do something. Charles finished P3.
But then this is also the problem in when you've got Charles qualifying as well as he did and finishing on the podium. Can you say it's the team's not on the same wavelength? Like,
don't know, man.
That's the problem, innit? It's so hard.
It's hard.
But then you've also got, you know, from a Red Bull perspective, they're running 2 different cars. One car's cursed, the other one's fine. So you know that you can't even say, oh, same car, so they should be the same. Because now we know for a fact they're not always running the same cars.
Yeah, so, no, it's true. And it's funny, I was literally going to say that as the example. Maybe Ferrari have slightly favoured Charles for a period of time, and Lewis is having to put his work in, because remember, he's got no credit in the bank with Ferrari. He could turn up at Mercedes when he likes and say, I need this, I need that. They're going to do it, and he doesn't have that credit in the bank. So maybe this last 3 weeks, when you say he's been spending all that time, Charles probably been on a yacht somewhere, and Lewis has had to put the work in. You know what it's like, brother, when you start a new company, like, you ain't got that kind of credit to take 2-hour lunch breaks. You know what I'm saying? Go gym on the lunch. You got to work through it to kind of earn your stripes. While the other people who've been there ages are going for a swim.
It's true.
A midday swim.
It's very true.
Coming back, like, doing their hair in them ones there, you know what I'm saying? No, I think there might be a little bit of that. But the good thing is, and what's nice to know, is that he is putting in the work, and we'll see what happens. Like I said, this is only race 13.
He's still got the racing ability.
Yeah,
he overtook their cars.
I think he enjoys that as well.
Over actually racing and not just sitting in a DRS train somewhere and being bored.
Being an underdog. I saw him in an interview, and you know, like, Lewis has seemed down in the interviews recently, right? Yeah. Even after sprint, like, it was, or sprint qualifying, it was awful to watch him. But at this point, he was like, it reminded me of, like, my go-karting days. We never had the best car. We always started at the back and I had to just race. Like, I think he just likes it. I think like Max, like, he loves to race, innit? I think when you're just sitting in a car that, like you said, in DRS train, I just think it's a bit boring for him. He loses interest. I think this gave him something, man. Good weekend, and hopefully a little bit of motivation. But like we said, this is the race 13 of 24. Max has had 1 podium in the last 6 races.
I blame Red Bull.
Is it going to get any better?
Is it going to get any better? No, it won't. McLaren's just in their league of their own, right? So unless they get a reliability issue, which we maybe saw a bit of with the DRS.
Hey, listen.
No, the battery issues. That
Zach Brown said they both cars had a battery issue. I'm sorry, bruv, but if these 2 cars have a battery issue flying like this, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we're in trouble. We're in trouble.
Everyone else is in trouble.
We're all in trouble.
That's why they're bringing a whole new team in. We're going to have 20 cars and McLaren can do their thing.
Yeah, literally, it's a joke.
It's mad,
they're so quick.
bro.
Testament to them building such a wicked car, but it is a joke. But yeah. I did find it funny as well. So they had obviously the difference in strategy with Lando and Oscar. So obviously Oscar got preferential treatment and pitted first, so 1 lap earlier.
Yeah.
Which left Lando out. And we saw how bad it was staying out an extra lap. there was a few drivers that stayed out the extra lap and they went way to the back. Then they put Lando on hards, and he was the only driver on the grid with hards at the time. Everyone else went on medium.
Yeah.
I feel like they kind of gaslighted Lando a little bit this race. They were kind of like, we don't think Oscar's gonna make it to the end, and your tyre advantage is gonna kick in by lap whatever it was, and yeah, you'll catch up towards the end because he's gonna have to pit again and blah blah blah. Oscar didn't pit again.
Oscar didn't pit, bruv.
Oscar didn't pit again.
Oscar didn't pit.
And I think there was 8 cars or something that ended up going all the way on mediums, right? And I felt like from home watching, I was like, oh yeah, they're going to make it to the end on mediums. I knew they were going to do it.
Yeah.
So they knew that he was going to do it. I just felt like they gaslighted him, yeah, don't get too mad at us for pitting you a lap later. You're going to catch up just to keep his mentality sweet.
Well, ain't that their job? That's their job. Just keep him motivated, keep him going.
If I'm Lando, I'm like, don't lie to me ever again.
Yeah, now at the end of the race,
don't lie to me ever again.
It's mad for them now because in hindsight, yeah, Lando's going to be looking at this. Maybe that's why he was so vexed in the end of race interviews, because he was like, I don't know why this has happened to me. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Because they even asked Zach Brown, do you think he was going to catch him up? And he's like, might have caught him up, but passing him is a different matter.
Yeah. They knew. They knew. They just gaslighted him. They just said, yeah, Lando, it's all good, man.
Let them
good.
Race.
And, mate, that was a lie this weekend. But then Spa effect.
It was just bound
I don't
to be.
think you're ever going to overtake him anyway. So I think they just chose the safe option, put him on hards. They said, you're going to get second. We'll put you on hards to guarantee you're making it to the end.
Yeah.
Then we ain't got no worries about anything else.
You mentioned these tires being a thing. There's if you're into your tires, there's all these different types, and there's a C2, C1, C3, C4 tire, and Pirelli had no C2s. I don't know what they were, sold out, or like they just decided this category of tire that usually is in this thing. They decided they wouldn't have it because they wanted to force people into a 2-stop race.
Yeah.
Mad. Do you think that's FIA influence, or do you think that's Pirelli just saying?
No, Pirelli want to promote their tires to people like us. And next time we go to the shop, we go, mate, them medium tires lasted well long. I'm putting Pirellis on my thing.
Hey,
on my Vauxhall Corsa, I'm putting some Pirelli sports.
Moving all mad. Budapest next.
Yes.
The Hungarian Grand Prix. Do you think, what are you expecting?
A way better, more funner weekend than this one.
Yeah.
I think McLaren will run away with it 1-2 again. Max will be third. And then let's see what happens with Yuki.
Oh, you're saying
Yuki
Max
might come back
on.
and surprise us. I think Yuki might have a really good weekend.
I think we might see some real shake-ups in this Red Bull, especially if GP don't come back.
Yeah, can you imagine. Because
think
Max can't be happy about that either.
No, exactly. He doesn't you get the feeling he's got his team. He doesn't really change.
Yeah.
It just feels like, it might be.
You built up that relationship with someone for so long as well. And you know how each other operate, and you get that understanding of, if we argue during a race, that's it, we're fine after. You get someone new in, they might be a bit emotional, they might chat to you in a way you don't like, and you just...
At the same time, for him, I'm not suggesting that he's just bunked off. There could be a real good reason, but you would also think, because that relationship was so strong, he wouldn't skip the race for Max's benefit. He would be
absolutely not. Yeah.
Max is very much look, I talk to Christian Horner all the time. I even spoke to him today. He goes, I talk to him this is my family.
Yeah.
But I'm here to race.
Yeah.
He made his position very clear.
Yeah.
We'll see, man. So next time out, that'll be something to look forward to.
Yeah, wicked. You know where you're watching it yet?
I don't know where I'm watching it yet. Just going and looked at my diary, and I could be any. Don't know where I'll be on that day. It could be at football. Could be at F1 Arcade. It could be here at Box Park. Who knows? But I'll be somewhere where the vibes is at. That's what it'll be.
Next weekend, we'll probably next podcast we'll probably do them in Palace shirts after we win the Community Shield, and we've got another trophy to lift.
Come on. Let's hope.
No, it's happening, man. It's happening.
But for now, that's been Race Talk F1 with your boy Jay Knox
and your boy Javier.
Please make sure you like, follow, subscribe on absolutely everything. All the socials have been popping this week. Thank you for all the love. Race Talk F1 on TikTok, on Instagram. Peace.